I drive the line at long fake hair and titties, but short of that, every version of black gay men have the potential to make my dick hard. Today, we're talking about femme presenting men in dating. This is Dear Black Gay Men in the Morning, and the show starts right now. What up, though? I am Jay the Gentleman. That's at Jai the Gentleman on IG. I love a butch queen, a femme queen, an in-between boy, and all the other versions of black gay men. We're reacting to a music video making its rounds in gay culture. The artist is fine. I think we see a little bit of his dick in this music video. It's YouTube approved, so hopefully we don't see too much of it. But I want to know from y'all, if he treats you good, ooh, probably a bill collector. If he treats you good, does it even matter how he presents? We've got an extra special show this morning because we've got our first guest, and this is a big one. Kadeem is here. We'll be talking to him shortly. But first, please welcome the best producer in the business, Aaron.
Not Aaron.
Aaron. How you doing, Pumpkin?
I am doing great on this morning.
Normally, it's been a week since we've been on the show, but it's only been a couple days because we're doing 2 a week now.
Oh, Lord. Yes.
How have you been? What's new in your life? Anything?
Ooh. Okay, so for my birthday, my best friend got me a Vitamix blender, right?
Okay.
And I've been
Aaron, you got to talk into the mic. Everybody complains that your mic isn't as loud as mine is.
So I've been trying to recreate this smoothie that I buy from the smoothie shop, and it's like $15 at the smoothie shop. I'm like, I can make this at home. So I finally made it at home, and I figured out why it was so damn good. This smoothie is full of fat. Like, literally, it has more fat than a damn hamburger. And I'm just so pissed off because it was good as hell. And I finally recreated it.
Of course it was good as hell.
And now I realize why it's so damn good.
Of course it was good as hell because it was so fattening. So I found a smoothie shop that's around the corner that has happy hour till 10 a.m.
Oh.
So I'm making that my new stop before we come to the show.
At 10 a.m.?
Happy hour from open till 10 a.m.
Oh, what they be serving?
It's a smoothie shop. So I got my smoothie today with
smoothie shop.
With smoothie and kale, with spinach and kale and all the things.
See, now that's what I'm going to have to go, because that's what the Vitamix is good for. Blending up that kale to make, you ain't got no chunks or nothing. So that's the next thing on the list.
This has to be one of the bougiest gay conversations ever. Vitamix?
Who are you talking to?
I mean, you are the resident bougie gay girl. Okay, are y'all ready for some church announcements? You ready, Aaron?
I'm ready.
All right, church announcements. Okay, teammates, y'all know that I do a deep dive on our newsletter on Substack, and the last time I asked Aaron if he had ever been cruising, I've gotten so many messages on all of our socials about cruising and all the horror stories that come from it. Aaron, fun fact: somebody said that they want to know how to cruise safely. That's what they'd like us to talk about.
Oh my God. There's a book that I was, I think his name on Instagram is Herrera Images.
Okay.
And it talks about how to cruise safely and the cruising etiquette. And so I think that might be a good book for us to talk about.
Maybe, because there are some assumed things that go along with cruising, especially in public places. Yes. There's a way of communicating to where you don't have all the people, you're not going to get caught in all the things.
Exactly. No, and he talks about it. He did
Real quick, you like my shirt?
Yeah.
If you position it just right, there's
right.
I'm trying to get a nipple in there, but
oh my God.
But we're talking to a fashion designer, so I said I can't just come on with a t-shirt.
Oh, yes, you're right.
So here we are. Okay, but y'all know Substack is where I give a deep dive into my journey toward happiness. And then, of course, Tuesdays, we are live here at 11 a.m. right here on YouTube for Dear Black Gay Men in the Morning. Wednesdays, yesterday, I talked about why I'm single and okay with it. And I learned that because I went to the reveal party. Aaron, have you been to a reveal party yet?
I've been trying to go to the reveal party when you're not going to the reveal party because apparently Jay was like, Aaron, even if you wear a mask, we still gonna know it's you.
We absolutely gonna know it's you.
And I'm just like, no,
We are absolutely going to know what you. For those who don't know, the reveal party is a friend to the show, Mr. Censor, puts on an all nude club night here in Atlanta for men, for cisgender men to go and live your best life. I think that they might be cooking up something that is more inclusive in the future. I don't know. But I just know that this particular party is so lit. I went on Wednesday and it showed me exactly why I need to be single. And then Thursdays, we don't have a show this week, but we are live Thursday mornings. I'm so excited because we have our first guest.
Yes.
This is great. Okay, and for those who don't know, the easiest way to support what we do here on Dear Black Gay Men is to become a member of our YouTube channel. Members get access to exclusive content on behind the scenes information, all the things, and you get the members only chat. Becoming a YouTube member is one of the easiest ways to support what we do here on Dear Black Gay Men. Just hit the join button right under this show, this episode, or send a super chat of any amount. For all the latest updates, make sure to follow me on socials at JAI the Gentleman on Instagram. That concludes our church announcements. Please govern thyself accordingly. So we don't do a lot of music videos here on the show, Aaron. And the reason why is because I don't want the content strikes. But this one I think is going to be fine. Do you have any like gay recording artists that you like cut for a real deep?
The funny thing is, no, I'm starting to get more into them because I kind of just hate how like mainstream culture is trying to like co-opt certain things that I
Yeah.
know gay artists been doing for the longest.
Yeah.
And so there's a few that come to mind. I can't think of one of them name, but it's
Duran Bernard is
Pricey.
mine.
Duran Bernard, of course.
Pricey is good. Pricey is
Yes.
fine as hell too.
Oh yes.
Duran Bernard he just went viral because he was voguing at this ball and he slayed the house down. I think Duran Bernard is like the definition of big dick energy.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Like, I don't care what size his dick is, but he has big dick energy coming through his eyeballs. It's so good.
It's because like he is unequivocally. Oh my god, I struggle with those words. Unequivocally, undeniably himself at all times, and he don't give a fuck.
Yes. And I think that is a perfect reason why we have this conversation today, because I'll tell y'all a little bit about it in a second. But I am really, really excited about what's about to happen. It's a special day for us here on Dear Black Gay Men in the Morning. My guest is an internationally known fashion designer and author. He's shown at Lincoln Center. He's shown during New York Fashion Week, and he's worked with brands like Michael Kors, Burberry, and Marc Jacobs. Please welcome to the show one of the flyingest men that's been on Dear Black Gay Men in the Morning, and that's a tall order because I'm here every week. Kadeem is here. Hey, Kadeem.
Hi. Thank
How
you so
are
much
you?
for having me. I'm good. Better now that I'm on the show, and I appreciate your compliment.
Of course. Now, Kadeem, I will tell you, you've never been on the show on Dear Black Gay Men, our nighttime show on any of our lives or the podcast, but I'm a flirt, and you give a whole lot of face. So there's that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And that's a good fucking dental plan.
Yes.
I will always. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
So tell me, how is it being a fashion designer in the heart of fashion in New York City? Because in my head, like, I've met designers here that make clothes or have a collection or whatnot, but I'd imagine it goes to a whole new level when you're up in the Big Apple.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I wanted to just mention that I haven't shown at Lincoln Center, but I did show at the Kennedy Center in November.
Yes.
Oh, damn.
He was the first openly gay man
Right.
to show at the Kennedy Center as well.
Why didn't you correct the damn script then, Aaron? You know, I hate a readable position. Okay,
Oh,
my apologies. Not the Lincoln
worry.
Center, the Kennedy Center. A different president, but iconic nonetheless.
Absolutely. Either way, it's fabulous. Wait, so what was your question? Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've worked in the New York fashion industry for 10 years. And as you mentioned, my career started when I went to Parsons for grad school, and I left and I graduated in 2014. And then
Light flex.
my first job. Yeah, light
flex.
But,
I just went to Parsons. It's like this, you guys would be like, I just went to Juilliard.
Oh, dog, you're fine. All right, just 1 second. Okay, He'll be fine. Yeah. So so while I was at Parsons, I interned at Michael Kors, and I interned at Michael Kors in women's collection. So the stuff that you saw coming down the runway, and it was a really great time to be working for him because it was he had just come off of doing like, I don't know, 10 years or whatever on Project Runway, which coincidentally is filmed at Parsons, and there are a few
Again, life
episodes
flex.
I'm casually in just as like a student in the background, but I it was a time when all of the girls were wearing the Michael Kors bag. So like I was there the day when he became a billionaire, which was really like fabulous to see. Like everybody just starts screaming in the office, and it's like I'm like, what is going on? And then he runs down the hallway, and it's like, I'm a billionaire. I'm like, okay, fabulous. Can I have $1? Like here I am, like working for free, because this is back in the day. Now you can't have unpaid interns, but I came up in the era where you would get academic credit. But it was not, there were some hard days, but also it was something that I always wanted to do. I remember in my interview process, they were very, very clear with me. They were like, you're probably going to cry every day, and this is the bathroom that you should cry in because we don't want to see you crying. Because it's unbecoming.
And see, I think that's why Dear Black Gay Men got to be down here in the South, because I can't tell you how many times somebody on the team was like, this man dumped me, and we all having a tear session because we are sad and whatnot, but we show up for each other and we're soft and whatnot. The mean bitch actually is Aaron.
What?
All this Aries energy in the studio.
I totally get that. I'm a Virgo, and
What day?
I've been told September 21st.
I'm the 18th.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, we have a similar vibe. Yeah, I'm like very tough, but I'm fair, I've been told. And
I'm not that kind of Virgo at all. I am soft and warm and cuddly. I cried when Mufasa dies.
Yeah, I mean, I'm nice if I love you, but if I don't, it's completely different. I can be a little standoffish in the beginning. Yeah.
I mean, now I get over people really fast, but I am definitely soft and warm and cuddly, I think. Aren't I, Aaron?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's definitely a Virgo trait. Like if you cross me, that'll be the end. And it's as if you.
Okay, so for you, Kadeem, you might not know this, but the chat be the most vibing chat ever. I don't know if you can see it over that way, but the chat be here. I see Panthro and Chaotic are like bottom, but like they're like sister wives now, ain't it?
Bosom buddies. Okay.
They are bosom buddies. What is happening in the chat? Because I see a whole bunch of things happening, but I'm trying to listen to Kadeem. Rolando says, my ex used to do visual merchandising for Michael Kors, and his name was Michael, so I used to tell him I was fucking Michael Kors. I mean, I would do that too. Like, I tell people that because I'm Kenyan, I tell people that Barack Obama's my cousin, even though he absolutely is not. Chaotic says, Kadeem's teeth whiter than my future. Goddamn. His teeth are whiter than my future. I don't know if I should laugh at that or not, but here we go. So Kadeem, tell me this. Now you've been in fashion and whatnot, and so I would imagine that you I don't want to be presumptive, but you know this is Dear Black Gay Men, so I'm going to assume you're one of the girls attracted to men on some level.
Yeah, I am one of the girls.
Like I'd imagine that you express in a whole bunch of different ways, or potentially, right? And you don't seem like the type of dude that's wearing like, you know, some hood jeans and some Timbs down the street. Although that might be a vibe.
So no, you're right. So I mean, there was this interview that I did, I don't know, a while back with The Root, where someone asked me a similar question, like about my gender or like my sexuality. And one thing that I always, make sure that I say is that gender and sexuality are two different things. Like,
yes,
I am gay. I love all the things. I am actually pansexual, if we really want to get down to it. Like, I just like people who are beautiful. And if you like are
me
good in bed, then I'm into it. Huh?
You said like me.
I said like me, and you're like,
I think you're really attractive. Yeah. So like, I just like people. across the whole spectrum of gender. But for me, yeah, I dress like I wear the New York uniform. I'm always typically wearing black head to toe. Today I'm wearing black with a little bit of sparkle, but I'm wearing black pants and black shoes. So that's just my like vibe. I like to like be very,
Okay.
very
And
chic.
and so has
But if I want
being across the expression spectrum changed your dating life? Like, do you find yourself getting more eyes or less eyes, or more
yeah,
attraction or less attraction the more
I
femme
think
you get?
more because I think more that I just like open myself up to being I am open to having as many experiences as possible. And I think I used to be very restricted, especially with like women. Like I'm fine hooking up with a girl, but her man needs to be there. That's my one rule. um,
Like, be
yeah,
there to
sorry.
watch or
Like,
participate?
participate?
Participate.
Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
just like I have never had a one-on-one experience with a woman, but I have had experiences with women. Yeah. It's fun.
I
I
have
love a good
so
couple.
many questions about that. So wait a minute. You're saying that you will hook up with a woman long as there's a man
I've heard.
involved.
Yeah,
You're like
yeah.
the
That's my.
opposite of Wade from Noah's Ark. Because remember
Oh,
episode 2,
right.
he was like, I want to hook up with you, Noah, but there's got to be a woman involved because I'm straight. You're like the total opposite of that.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
But
Yeah,
you're
no,
still like, would there be you
but
like
I'm like,
Noah or like Wade?
I mean, probably both. I'd hook up with everybody on the show, especially,
Come on.
especially, um, who was the like really femme queen? The one who'd be like, "Hey, girl," I forget his name. The one,
Alex.
Alex,
yeah, Alex,
yes.
his husband, the firefighter. My God, oof.
My God, today.
Really?
Yeah, he's fine.
I love that
He appeared
couple,
on
that
the show.
Alex
positioning.
and Trey?
Yes, because,
I love.
like so many men that fit his archetype would be like, oh, mass for mass. And I love that they put him with a feminine
Yeah.
man.
I appreciate and respect representation. However, the sexiest man on the show to me was Janito.
Janito was fine.
Oh,
Janito
Or is
is the guy
fine.
that in season 2, Janito is the guy Ricky had eyes for, the doctor who
Yes.
came out as living with HIV.
oh yeah.
I thought
What's his name?
Janito was the shit.
The light skinned boy. Yeah.
Hmm.
He's cute. I've met him actually in New York.
Wilson Cruz, that's
He's
his name. Yes.
yeah, Wilson Fruit. Yeah, yeah, he's cute. One thing I did want to clarify when you going back to the dating question, I'm in a relationship, an open relationship. I have a partner. But so we
Dope.
like
How long
Yay.
y'all been together?
since 2020 with a little on and off period. I won't go too far into it, but we live together and we are very just like I one of my rules, not rules, one of my things in the beginning was like I need to be in an open relationship. I just like don't like the restriction of monogamy, and I think that in the year of our Lord 2025, gay guys are not supposed to be in monogamous relationships. Like I'm sorry, it's just unrealistic. And also, I'm a Virgo, and if you cheat on me, I'll kill you. So it's just better that we don't face that, face that dilemma.
So let me ask you this, because I have been very open about the fact that I just got out of a relationship, right? And so, when you think back to off and on situations, maybe not the details of your relationship, but just in general, what is something that helped you go from off back to on with your person? Was there like
um,
a period of growth?
no,
Was there a mea
there
culpa he
was
had to do? What
yeah.
happened?
Well, it was a two things. So it was an amicable kind of thing. Like I needed to take a break to focus on my career, and
Hmm.
I can be very one track minded, which I am aware of. So I was like, I'm going to focus on
Are
this,
you a
and
train wreck
I.
in the morning and a bitch in the afternoon?
It's a
I
Because
good
am. I'm
the
not.
second.
flaws and all is weighs heavy over here.
Yeah. And I mean, really what it was, I was like, I truly believe that like love will lead you back. And it did. And I was like, I love you. There isn't another person for me in this way. Like I love you and you're the
Hmm.
person that I come home at night to. And that is like this stability and like need that I have that a thing that I needed and that I'm so happy that I have, but I also need the relationship to be open. because again, like I just don't think monogamy is real. So
So to that point,
yeah,
Rolando, one of our faves, he says monogamy is unrealistic and it's exhausting. And then he also says Virgos be focused. I think we are the best partner because of our focus.
I agree with you. I mean, I can be a lot, but I am also really self-aware. And when I put my mind to something, including loving a person, I do it to the best of my
We do it
ability.
hard
And
and
I also
strong.
hard and strong. And yeah, I love really hard. That is one thing. Even with my friends, like any of my friends would say that Kadeem really loves hard. I also can hate very hard. So that's the you piss me off. Then
My kind of people.
Very Virgo.
My
Very
kind of
Virgo.
people. Aaron, who is Aries. So the team makeup here is we have 2 Aries, 2 Scorpio, and me. And I just happen to be the one in charge. So it's very Virgo in this place. But I will tell you that the one thing that everyone will say about me is that when I don't fuck with you, I absolutely don't fuck with you. Like you do not exist. You have been Thanos snapped out of existence when I don't fuck with you.
I don't even know who this you is that you're speaking of, because they've never existed.
They have never existed. Never.
And as I told you, I normally wear all black, but if I'm, about to have the conversation where I'm going to cut you off, I make sure that I'm dressed in my funerary outfit because I'm coming to let you know.
Because there will be a bludgeoning at some point somewhere.
Period. Slow singing and flower bringing, honey.
I can tell this is going to be a great episode. Okay, let's get into this reaction. Are you ready to react to this video?
Sure.
Okay, this video is called Mini Skirt by a artist called Derek Lumiere. I have not seen the video completely, but it is about mini skirts. We'll see what he's saying in this song. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Here we go.
Men are always underestimated. They want to say, oh, you got on a skirt, you got on a dress, you wear heels, you ain't no nigga, you ain't no real nigga, you ain't no real nigga, you a bitch, you ain't no real nigga, you a little girl. Nigga, I got a dick just like you do. Fuck is you talking about? Now eat my ass. I pulled.
Okay. Let's come back. So, let me ask you this. And this is just gay man to gay man. I feel like feminine boys have the biggest dick energy on the planet. Am I wrong?
No, you would be correct.
Feminine, whether you actually have a big dick or not, negotiable. But they got big dick energy to the fullest extent.
For sure. Well, I think you have to be. I think the strongest, at least the strongest men, gay men that I know in my life are the femme queens. You have to be tough because in my experience, I'll just speak from my own experience. I won't speak for others. That I think that I present in a feminine way. And I also play with my gender. So I don't mind. I'll wear a skirt, not a mini skirt, because the goods need to be, protected. But
which I've heard from the comments, might be a little moment where this mini skirt got really mini in the video. Who knows?
Okay, perfect. Well, hey, I love a mini skirt, just not on me. But I feel like when I was in high school, I got bullied a lot, but I was always the person that would confront the bully the first time because I feel like that's just the way. And I had to develop a really thick skin. Like if I'm going to be the girl sashaying down the hallway in a majority, I went to an art school for 6th grade to 9th grade where basically everybody was. And so it wasn't a big deal that I was gay, but then for several reasons, I then transferred to a public school that was like 4,000 students from neighborhoods that I didn't grow up in. You can use your imagination.
Yes.
And I was terrified, and people treated me like shit. But my mom literally was like, Kadeem, if you're going to be this person in this environment, you are going to have to be tough. And I was like, I always fought back. And
shout out to mom for the good advice.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Well, she had to come through. I ended up being prom king, and it was because
me too.
There we go, Virgos.
Virgo. Okay, so I have a question for
like,
you and Aaron, because despite all the holes in this shirt, both of y'all have said on one occasion or another that you would say that you are feminine presenting.
Yeah.
Aaron happens to just wear a full set of, is that SNS? Is it called SNS?
It's gel cat eye.
Gel cat eye, whatever that means, on his nails and whatnot. And he carries a bag with a fan every once in a while. I don't think Aaron or you are tremendously feminine. I think you can be a gender bender, but I don't call any of that femininity.
Well,
what about how you express, would you classify as the feminine parts?
I mean, I would say I was probably more feminine presenting when I was younger. There has definitely been a shift lately where I can lean, like, it just depends on how I'm feeling. Like, I wake up and sometimes I feel like I'm like a boy or just like hanging out with the bros. And then there's another time where I'm like, girl, like, let's vogue the house down. And then there are other times when I like want to be around women. Like, and when I grew up, I would always hang out with the girls. I didn't have a male best friend or a straight male best friend until very late in high school. And then in college, I finally had gay male best friends. But before that, I only had girlfriends. And so I just acted like that.
But I still think of that as, in my head, you're still a boy, though. Like, I don't, there's nothing about that you have said that gives me femme. Because in my head, femme is like the full Geish, like lashes and lip gloss and the whole, not like that is feminine. I think of in between as like a separate thing, and I think both of y'all are all of us are very in between butch queen.
Yeah.
I think in between.
I think you just have to, like, there's a balance. And as Kadeem was talking about, like, growing up, people, I think I saw a post from Laverne Cox. She was like, before I transitioned, people insulted me by calling me a girl. And now that I am a woman, people insult me by calling me a boy. And I think that people are going to come for you regardless. I just remind them that the nails are short. So I'm going to land a punch, bitch.
But I also think that all of that is in this very binary heterosexual set of definitions.
Yes.
Whereas I think that if I center my experience, then there is a full spectrum with several stops in between masculine and feminine.
Yeah.
There is, because short of full femme like Laverne Cox, there are femme queens that are a boy under there. There's butch queen. There's in between, because I came from the BGC era where in between was a thing.
Yeah.
And like, I just think that if that we kind of underscore these very hetero norms when we think of it, if it isn't masculine, it's feminine, when really there's a whole bunch of bullshit not bullshit. There's a whole bunch of identities in the middle that we need to give space to.
I think that it's a lot of times we can't let folks who don't even know who they are try to put labels on us.
Agreed.
Or folks who haven't even figured out what they like or embraced what they like and really figured out who they are. So I think that who you are might not have words to it. It might not have a label to it, but just be who you are. And
Kay added to the chat, femme, butch, queen, the same thing, no in-betweens. I vehemently disagree with that, because again, BGC had a drop down that said masculine, feminine, in between, and I was in between and proud. That's the t-shirt.
And that's the thing. I feel like in between is just the catch-all. But like, I don't know what to call this, but it's me.
Gender is a spectrum. You're right. I don't let other people define who I am. I tell the world who I am. And if I want to dress like a boy one day or I went through a phase where I wore kilts all the time. That was a fun era. Love that. Now I'm like just in my wide leg.
Did you wear anything under them is the question.
No, it's a kilt.
It's not a kilt if you don't wear. If you wear something under it, that's a skirt.
It's a skirt.
Oh, it's a skirt.
Ironically, we're watching this video called Mini Skirt. So there's that. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Dick hard in the mini skirt. I had to punch him in the eye because I'm really irked. And I ain't innocent in shot.
Y'all see that? Oh, I did stop it.
Unless you send him first. Sometimes you got.
Oh, I keep missing it. The mini skirt is very, very mini. It's
like
very,
it.
very mini. And this person, Derek, is not as mini as his mini skirt is. Let's just, again.
Hey, Google, cancel.
Show these niggas what you really worth and how it really hurts. Yeah, my mini skirt in the yellow bird. While you walk the curb, got these haters looking shocked, watching all they words. I've been leading all the sheep, you just in the herd. Can you spell dichotomy? Bet you
Okay. Question for you, Derek and Aaron.
For Kadeem.
I'm sorry. We're watching Derek. I'm talking to Kadeem and Aaron. My apology. I'm all jumbled up. But and the two of y'all will say that you have levels of femininity in your expression. Are you also attracted to people across the spectrum of expression?
Yes.
I am. I would say, yeah, I am. It just depends on what the vibe is. Yeah, like I've hooked up with, I mean, I'm spilling my own tea right now, but I've hooked up with trans individuals on both sides of the spectrum. I
Really?
tend to like people, yeah. Like I said, if you have parts and they work, I'm probably into it. But
I love
my rule
that.
is it warm? But yikes, I can't believe I just said that. But
Is it warm?
no, but I would say I'm usually attracted to people who are more on the traditionally masculine side of things, because I feel like I am more on probably in the middle of the spectrum and towards feminine. But there are also, I mean, some of the guys in the video who are like the hood guys, they're all bottoms. Like, I'm sorry, but and I don't think that like there was one time I had a roommate and he was like, "Oh, Kadeem, you're a blouse," which means like a feminine top, because at the time I was in my top era. I'm verse, but a lot of people are confused by that. I'm like, yeah, if you have it, you should use it. But again, like I said, if there's a really hot like twink that's really feminine, I probably would be into it, but I also would be very attracted to like a very traditionally masculine guy.
And see, the irony is, in the chat on several episodes of this show, we have said that I am a blouse, but I wouldn't say that you and I are the same.
That's where the spectrum comes in.
Well, you've never met me. We've never gone out. You've not gone out to that party you were saying.
I actually think that you give a lot more masculine than me.
I don't know. I mean, I'm also like in my interview mode. If we like were out having a kiki, you would see.
Oh, you can turn that off, friend.
Oh no, I'm like in it. I'm just it's hard to turn off, but like that's probably why you're getting more mad right now. Yeah.
Fair. Would you say what's a if a blouse is a feminine top, then what is a feminine verse? Is there an article of clothing? Is that like a belt?
I think it's a onesie.
Like a waist bead?
It's a jumper.
It's a jumper.
It's a jumper.
Let me know in the chat. If a blouse is a feminine top, what would be a feminine verse? I feel like it could be some waist beads.
You know what I feel like a feminine verse would be like a football crop top. Like not a crop top, but one of those extra ones, with like some compression shorts, because
like the first to be on the floor in the showers.
Absolutely. Well, right.
Well, would it be the crop top and the booty shorts?
I don't know a football player that wears booty shorts. I feel like it's the compression shorts.
Yeah,
compression shorts. Okay, see the details.
Yeah.
Okay, what's happening in the chat, friend? Because it's a whole conversation happening in the chat.
So Panthro is saying, "What's a hung bottom?" I would say bell bottom pants, maybe.
Hung bottom,
stacked jeans.
Okay,
a hung bottom. No, I'll tell you what a hung bottom is. That is basketball shorts with boxers. With a little bit just a little bit. You can see the print. Yep, that's what it is.
It's only funny because it's so appropriate. It's so appropriate. So Panthro is now basketball shorts. You don't know all these people. I know these names because I'm talking to him every day. But Panthro is this huge. He's this bottom who says he has like this huge dick, and so he is now our resident basketball shorts.
My phone number is yes, we can.
Okay, what else? Rolando says the jumpers, the blank ones in the what?
Hold on.
I don't see the whole. While you getting that together, let's keep watching. Chaotic feminine verse is giving romper.
Oh, that's so yeah. Like I mean, I know like very feminine boys who are like basically trans. I love my trans girls. I love the dolls. BT
Yes.
Dub. So just making sure that I clarify that. But who like have the biggest dicks, and they are often very aggressive tops, in my experience.
Which we've said that many times on the show is that like feminine tops usually are very dominant. They can be very aggressive in a good way. I've never been forced to submit to like a feminine top, but I have definitely felt, very small spoon-ish in their company. Even though I haven't been fucked in a long time, so there's that.
I'm sorry.
No. It's not a problem. It's not a problem.
Oh.
Let's keep going with Derek Lumiere.
Ain't know that had to be inside of me. Think I'm a bottom, but on top, are you following? Dick long, open up, bitch, get the swallowing. I ain't struggling with.
There it is. We just said that feminine big dick energy is true big dick energy.
He didn't say get the sucking. He said
so.
Get the
Now
swallow.
I do have a question without being offensive, because in your bio you are fashion designer, you are Jamaican American, you are all the things. Now, I am Kenyan American. My mother is from Georgia here. My father is from Kenya. When people find out, they just assume a whole bunch of things about me. Like I got a big dick. I'm a cheater. I'm a womanizer. All these things. Or I wanted them to send me money because I'm an African prince and blah, blah, blah. Right?
Oh, no, not the Nigerian
Even
prince.
though that is a totally different side of the continent. But I digress. Do people make assumptions about you based on the fact that you're Jamaican?
Yeah, they do. There was one interview that I did where the person commented on the way that I speak. Like he was like, "You don't sound Jamaican." I'm like, "Okay, that was like slightly an ignorant. That was an ignorant comment." But I'm like, anyway. But also to the point about like my biology, people assume that I have a huge dick. And they're not wrong, but but it's like a lot of pressure to.
Tell the people, Kadeem.
Yeah, that's just. I mean, I feel like that's the vibe of the combo. But so I went through a period where, again, as I said in the beginning, I'm an equal opportunity employer. I hook up with people across the spectrum of race, gender, sexuality. I'm for it. But there was a period where the people that I was hanging around were like a lot of white guys because it's New York and I was living in Hell's Kitchen, and Hell's Kitchen, I don't know what a comparable place is, but it's like one of the gayest zip codes on earth. And I was often like one of maybe 5 black guys in like a room of 40 white guys. And so you can use your imagination about the ridiculous racially insensitive questions that I got asked, like, "Oh, you must have a big dick." I'm like, yeah, again, like you're not wrong, but like then like the pressure of how I'm supposed to perform in the bedroom because I'm black was weird. And so then I lived in Harlem, and then I wasn't hooking up with the white guys, and then I had to explain all those things. Which was fun.
I will tell you a story. I went to this party. It was a kickback in Texas where I'm from, and walked in. The host of the party, my friend, is Mexican, from Mexico. That is not a pejorative. He is Mexican. His partner is Colombian. Latino couple, love them. They're great, right? So I walk in, and it is a very, very mixed crowd, and I appreciate that because in Texas, in my experience, it was, especially Dallas when I was there, it was either you walk into these kickbacks, it's very black because person putting on is black, and I have no problem with that, or it's very, very white. And so you walk in and there's Asian people and white people and black people and the whole nine. And I didn't feel like an oddball. But I walk up to this group of people, the host, who I know, introduced me, and he says, "Oh," I think they were talking about travels or something. And he says, "Oh, this is Jay. He's Kenyan," because they were talking about travel to Africa and, somebody who just got back from Mozambique or somewhere, right?
Right.
White guy, he takes it upon himself to start clicking as if that's a language that I speak to my face.
No, ma'am.
That was the last fight I have gotten into in my adult life.
Is he still with us?
He is battered and scorned by now.
I would have made sure his jaw could only click from that day on.
But the problem is he went 10 toes out. Like, I was like, "That's offensive," and he said, "What do you mean it's offensive?" And then he clicked again, and that's when I had to hit him.
I absolutely.
Needless to say, me and the host of that party are still friends.
That's good.
Yeah, no,
I get it. Okay. I get invited back every time I'm in Texas.
One thing while we're on the topic, though, I see in the chat that people are like talking about objectification and fetishizing and all that stuff. I want to be clear about something that my partner is white, just to be clear. But okay. He is like very anti-racist. He has read all of the books. He's more well-read than I am, although I have a lived experience, obviously. But when I met him, I was like, "Oh, you're like not white like that. Like you like know what's going on." That makes sense, and he would be more offended by what you just said, that story, than I would. I obviously, if that ever happened to me, I would have, he would not still be with us. But one thing that I used to say to my friends who are like, "Do you ever feel like objectified or whatever hooking up with white guys?" I'm like, "No, like I don't, because you can't, if we're both doing the same thing, you can't objectify me unless I allow myself to be objectified." Yes. And I think, or fetish. And so if we are both going into a adult consensual situation and we have, figured out what roles we're playing, then I think it's like all is fair and mutual exchange. But no, I've never felt personally, there have been comments and moments where I've been like, "Okay, that wasn't okay." Like one time, this guy used the N-word while we were fucking, and sorry, I'm not being professional right now. Sorry. Anyway,
it's okay. It's fine. This is Dear Black Gay Men.
Fabulous.
I'm wearing a shirt with holes in it and my nipples are on display. Okay. We are fine.
And I had to stop. I was like, "Excuse me?" And he was like, "Oh, my boyfriend likes it." I was like, "Okay, well, I'm not your boyfriend. I don't know who the fuck told you that was okay, but I'm not him."
Okay.
I'm not. I was like, "I'm not him. I don't like that. Don't."
You ain't gonna get no argument from me because that was fucked up.
I momentarily blacked out. Him and his yacht almost sunk to the bottom of the ocean.
Oh,
God. It was
an
interesting moment, but I should have known when I got on his yacht that he was going to start using
again,
words.
Light flex.
Well, it wasn't my boat.
Love it.
I do love it. Now, I will say, so Rolando added to the chat, he said his primary partner is Filipino. Cortez says clicking as well. Cortez also said that blouse is giving. Thank you so much. I tried to go into my fashion bag because I'm talking to Kadeem. I mean,
it is cute.
It's not often that you get internationally known fashion designers on the show. So
yes,
I'll drink to you. This is water.
This is water as well. It's not even noon yet.
It will be by the time the show is over. Let's keep going.
After this.
They have to bust you in your shit, bitch. Look at them getting mad at my Femme shit, when we know that's the real reason that these niggas is addicted. You wanna know who I really am. If it's not the show, if I am a hoe, am I with it?
Okay, hear me out. This is giving Soldier. Y'all remember the Soldier video by Destiny's Child?
Yes.
It's giving Soldier.
Oh, that's my favorite video.
And do you think that black gay culture, let's keep it in the house, do you think, Kadeem, do you think black gay culture why do you think we have such angst toward femme presenting people?
How much time do you have? I mean, the easiest way to say it is that I was recently reading this book by Bell Hooks called The Will to Change, which basically the thesis is patriarchy has ruined everything. And then and so you can talk about how patriarchy oppresses cisgendered women, how it oppresses trans women even more, and then you add a layer of race to it. So the thing is that society just like doesn't like femininity, unfortunately, because we live in a
Yes.
patriarchal society. And I don't was a women's studies minor in college, and I am a tried and true feminist. I like believe that men and women should be equal. In fact, I think that women are don't get the credit and the respect that they deserve, given what they do for society. And unfortunately, we're just in a patriarchal thing. And so when you add a layer of race, again, I think black men, period, have deep internalized homophobia. I can speak for my own self that the quote by James Baldwin about like having to vomit up all the filth that you like believed about yourself in order to get to that place where you could actually look yourself in the mirror and love yourself. I went through that in my 20s. Like I thought that I was, evolved and mature and openly gay and that whatever, but there was a period where I really did realize like, oh, I have some internalized homophobia about my own self based on all the stuff that I heard in the church when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
I was extremely religious in the Pentecostal church. My mom is a Southern Baptist minister. And so while my family is very accepting now, back in the day, it was not that way. And I think if I have another person in my family who is also gay, but he is more masculine presenting. And I can clearly remember how I was treated versus him. And the difference was that I acted like a girl.
I have
And so
a
1 second, sorry, not to interrupt, but and my sister, she is openly gay. I'm sure she's not.
Wait. You got a
Yeah.
cousin that's gay, and you got a sister
all
that's
my
gay.
Yeah, like everybody's gay. Everybody's gay. Everyone's.
I don't know if that's lit or if that's complicated, because I am the only openly gay person in my family.
Really?
Well,
Yes.
So I was the first person to be openly gay in my family, if we really want to go there. And then later came all of my younger cousins. They were like, well, you paved the way. And I realized that I like boys, girls, this, that. And my sister is also, she's a lesbian, and she was very tomboyish. And that brings me to trying to end this point here, that think about how in Black culture, the studs, like lesbians who are masculine presenting, they do not get bullied, but the gay like sissy does. Like the reason is because society, in a patriarchal society, we just don't like femininity, which sucks.
That and people presume that these studs are tough. In my
Exactly.
experience, studs can be some of the girliest people on the planet.
Yes, they can. I hooked up with this trans man, and trans man meaning that they were a biological woman before, and now they are a man. And on the way to the hookup, after we were leaving the Eagle, he was like, "Oh, I'm trans," and I was like, "Oh, that's totally fine. Like, I'm down." And they were extremely masculine. I was like, I've never met a more masculine person. The parts were just different, and that was fine. It is what it is.
My experience with, so hold on, there was this comment from Rolando. Aaron, put that up. It was Rolando talking about polycules. Because you're kind of popular. Rolando says, OMG, he's cultured as fuck. Kadeem, my friend, how can we make our polycules connect?
You can slide into my DMs. My Instagram name is right there, K_ALPKNSO.
See? This is why people think that we be having matchmaking service up here. Rolando also said America doesn't like anything feminine. Miles said that's true. I will tell you that my experience with trans men that I have connected with, that I've entangled with, is when I'm there, because I primarily top. Like in the situation, I feel like trans men that I have connected with are a full set of emotions that I can experience. Like, like they are, can be like, fuck me like a dog and use me, but also come here and let's cuddle. And
Well,
And
see, it's
and
for
what I
me,
enjoy about my experience with trans men is that they are okay standing 10 toes down on all of those emotions,
uh, which I love. Like the
which I
person that I
love.
experience with, they, it's okay. They were very. I had some questions because I was like, well, this is my first time. Sorry, my dog's gonna start barking. Stop. Door.
It's okay.
Uh,
It's okay. No
sorry.
problem.
And I was like, there were moments where I would like lean into the fact that it was like a feminine body, like biologically, but then there were other times where I was like, oh my god,
It's
like
a
you
nigga.
have the biggest ever, like
Like a
experience,
full
even though
man.
it was hot. Anyway, that's all it was just hot, and so
It
for
is
me, it wasn't
hot every time. Every time.
because
The only reason I bring that
there's
up
so
though,
much. Yeah,
the only reason I bring that up
they
though is it feels like sometimes with cis men, if when we're trying to play a role, like when I'm being a top or being a bottom, it feels like some of us assume that there's a part of me that I have to turn off. And in my head, I'm like, I want all the pressure.
literally.
Literally. Okay. It's very interesting.
uh,
This is the conversation that Miniskirt is bringing up. Let's keep going.
well, I mean, yeah.
Mama said keep it to yourself. Daddy said growing up I need a thicker shell. I can't deny it hurt me when these niggas gave me hell. So I started whooping ass, think I need a thicker belt, yeah. And mama hated when I used to switch my hips. Sucks for her, cause now I'm out here sucking dick 5'6".
Love that. I'm out here sucking dick too, so man after my heart. So let me ask you this. When you see now you, as you, Aaron, I'm asking you as well.
Okay.
You see someone you're attracted to, they happen to be as femme or slightly more feminine than you, right? Are there assumptions that you're making about them?
I would say it
Well,
depends on the environment. What I've
yeah,
noticed
you're right.
about myself is that when I meet femme men in public that are like, flirting with me or whatever, or men who are feminine presenting, whatever,
Hmm?
it does not bother me as much. And I like it. The weird thing is on online dating, it takes another layering of like unlearning to be like, child, that like ignore these pictures, like ignore the fact that he's feminine presenting. Like it feels like there's an aspect of it that's missing, like
Huh.
the attraction piece. And so I just kind of have to like push it aside.
Okay, what about you, Kadeem? When you see a femme presenting person that you are attracted to, femme more so than you, that's negotiable. But are you making assumptions about them based on the fact that they are presenting
Oh,
as femme?
I generally don't make assumptions like about anything because you know what they say about assuming. When you assume,
Yes.
you make an ass out of me.
Yes.
And I I don't like to like assign my sort of experience onto another person. I let them explain it to me or show me. And if we're already in this, in the moment, like if our clothes are off, we'll figure it out. Like I'm sure we'll
We'll
figure it
figure
out.
it out. That's the best part. Put up
So,
that message for that comment from Chase Christian. Chase says, since I got my ass shots, it's funny because a lot of straight guys approach me in public. How do you feel
yeah,
about
because
ass shots, Kadeem?
well, Chase looks like a lovely, cute gentleman. I am not. Okay, actually, I don't have an opinion on it in terms of guys, but I do have a thought about it in terms of like women. Like I'm a women's wear designer, and I think that the BBLs are killing these girls, and
These
I don't
BBLs
know.
is killing y'all.
I think you should do. Let me say two things. I think you should do whatever you want with your body. It is your body, your choice. If you need to do something, or you are compelled to do something to make yourself feel beautiful, then do it. Like I am one birthday away from going under the knife because listen, black don't crack, but it does.
But
And
honey,
I'm
the
not.
skin is skinning still.
No, It is, but if I want to go, if I want to get Botox, or if I wanted to go get plastic surgery, I am allowed to do that. And in that same way, it's not my position to tell somebody else what to do with their body. Period. Like across in all sort of in all different arenas. However, the like sort of lobby Motel 6 surgeries are not safe, and I feel like so many people, like, I feel like there was a moment where, you know, the really fat ass like Nicki Minaj and stuff, she got like professional butt shots and she can afford a mishap. You, Miss Thing down the street, cannot.
Right.
So I just feel like maybe your dollars could be used in a better way. But again, do whatever you need to make you happy. My thing is
And see,
proportion.
I have
Proportion is great.
my opinion is based just on the experience as the other person, and fucking a booty that has had work doesn't feel the same.
It doesn't?
No.
No,
But a
because it feels like
BBL is
hard.
like, it's like regular, right? I mean, I know ass
No,
shots
it
are
depends.
different.
It depends. Well, ass shots are different because that's like building up what
That's
you already
injecting
have.
with something that's not you,
Not
or
you,
at least
but
it
a
could
BBL.
be.
Take it from a different part of your body and move it around. But I mean, I have experienced one that's been enhanced, and it just feels harder, which is fine. Whatever. Like, there are guys who have like muscle asses, which is also fun. But I
And see,
prefer
I
it
like
to
a
be.
lot of jiggle. I think that's why it
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
feel. I like jiggle. I like an ass that can suffocate me and jiggle at the same time. And maybe that is my southern root showing, because I love a fat ass. It's just I like smothered pork chops and cube steak, and not injections and
Yeah, no.
silicone.
You like
Listen,
cornbread.
I like cornbread with some rice.
again, wait, no, I want to make sure that I didn't offend Chase. Like, it looks like he got it done correctly. My point is, do whatever you want to do for your body. And down in Brazil, they do get the girls together, and that is a-okay.
That is the reason why it's called a Brazilian butt lift. I think people fuck it up when they get a Brazilian butt lift from
In Atlanta.
Bonquiqui down the street. She ain't Brazilian.
Again, do whatever you need, but
But
I just have had,
but also,
I've had
to
bad
your point,
experiences.
your body, your choice.
Your body, your choice. Do whatever you want. It is not my position to tell you.
Okay, let's keep going.
Well, and I wanted to second your smothered pork chops comment. I am also from the South, and the bigger the better. Sorry.
Exactly. So I don't know if you've seen Aaron, but Aaron is shapely with Megan Thee Stallion knees, and one of his best assets is them thighs, honey. Cause
Leave me
baby,
alone.
his milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. I'll tell you a quick story. So me and Aaron and a couple other team members went out to the club just to enjoy ourselves after a show on a Thursday night. 4 people come up to me asking for Aaron's number,
Oh my God.
as if I'm like the operator. Go ask him. He's standing right over there. The things that happen when you got a friend that got ass. Okay, let's keep going.
Jealous.
The shit, pumps matching purse, yeah, you know I'm coming. Yeah, you wanna know who I am. If it's not a show, if I am a hoe, am I with it all? Better you
See, there's just a little bit of dick under there that is jiggling, not as much as the rest of it. You think so? I think he's definitely packing something. Okay. Let's.
have a comment.
Oh, time has flown. One last question for you. In culture, I think that in Black queer culture, we have, if you're gonna be feminine presenting, we want you to be like the best femme possible. Do you think we have some unrealistic standards for femboys?
Ooh, I think we have unrealistic standards for femininity, period. And masculinity. And I would say that, so I will speak from my own agenda or my own experience, that there was a point where I was not as mature or evolved with my understanding of the trans experience and my own understanding of my own sort of gender where I fall on the gender spectrum. And my thought was, if you transition or if you are more femme, that you need to be the baddest bitch on earth. Like I was like, you have to be like meet a standard of
Snatched
beauty,
and
but that's unfair. I realize that now, that I'm like, you can be whoever you want. And it's not my place to place a sort of like, say the bar is here for you to be a femme queen. If you're a femme queen, what's that line in Sister Act 2 where she's like, if you wake up in the morning and all you can think about is singing, then you're a singer. If you're a femme
yes.
queen, then you're a femme queen. It's not my place. And so that was something that I had to sort of evolve on in my 20s. And I'm proud of the place that I'm at now, where I can look at maybe a girl who's maybe newer to the experience, and things are, the moans are not moaning to the level that they will at some point. And it's not my place to judge. Like there's this girl that I follow, this trans girl I follow on Instagram, and she cracked me up the other day. She goes, because she's not on hormones, but she looks very feminine. And
Mhm.
some of the girls comments, some of the dolls in the comments were saying like, oh, well, you're not trans, which like, that's crazy to tell somebody, if you're in the experience, to tell them that they're not trans enough. But she was like, some of you who are on the moans, who are literally changing your genetic makeup, still need makeup. That is
See,
funny. No matter, listen, I feel like we as a community have to be able to laugh at that, because it's like, who are you to tell somebody that they're not trans enough? That's crazy.
but I will tell you, black gay men, especially the men that podcasts that I have been on, want to tell
Sure.
trans girls, want to tell women what womanhood looks like all the time. Boys that who
And
who are
we're not
vehemently not feminine want to tell femme boys what femininity is all the fucking time, and I've
well,
had it.
that's because men suck. Like, I'm sorry, present company included. Like, there are moments where I'm like, wow, that was really like a man moment. That was just like so stupid and ignorant, and I need to like check myself. And it's like, again, it goes back to, please, everyone within the sound of my voice, go and read the book A Will to Change by Bell Hooks. And she's not paying me to say that because she's dead. But but had the opportunity to meet her actually one time, and it was a really profound experience. But that book changed my full perspective. Like, I thought that I was this evolved, openly gay. I fall on the gender spectrum. I feel like I had arrived and got rid of all the internalized self-hatred. And then I was like, oh my God, wait, I'm like literally part of the machine of patriarchy.
Yeah.
And I to change some of the things that I say and some of the ways that I like exist in the world. And one of those things is letting femboys be femboys in their own way, and then letting trans women be the women that they are, regardless of my own standards. And while we're on the topic, isn't it crazy that like the most, like, think of like the most misogynistic straight man who's black, who has like a bad bitch, is that she's a bad bitch because he makes her. Like, he is the one like, no, your lashes need to be this, your nails need to be this. I'm like, do you want to be a woman? If you want to be a woman, just say that. Like, if you have all these standards about what a woman needs to be, then maybe you're just actually projecting on her because you're trans, girl,
But the other
transition.
thing, the reverse of that actually is very interesting, because I know a whole bunch of actual bad bitches who get a really good man, and the only reason he is nearly as good as he is in real life is because she tells him, okay, we got to shape up here.
Correct. Well, yes, the phrase like, behind every, I hate this phrase in the Bible, like behind every good woman, it's actually the other way around. Like,
Behind
the
every
only
good woman is a very
woman
good
is
man.
a very pulled up man. Like, I have a friend who recently got married. She's gonna know that I'm talking about her. I won't say her name, but she's gonna know. And her husband, his life was in shambles before she came into his life, and then she really together. He'll even admit it. Like, he's like, I was really on the edge, not of glory, the edge of failure. And like, during the wedding, like, he was like, Jenna, oh shit, I said her name. It's fine. Everybody knows. She was like, they both agree and are very open about the fact that without her, his life wouldn't be as full and fulfilled and shaped up, cleaned up, everything. Like, they have this beautiful life, and it's because of a woman. And I am very secure in being the homosexual that I am. But the only reason that I would ever want to be straight is so that a woman could get me together. Please come over and fix my life.
Please.
Where is Ayana when you need her?
Okay, Kadeem, we got to take a break. We'll be right back. You ready?
No problem. Yeah.
I've been in the gym so I could do two things. It's one, thirst trap on the internet, and look good for my man when I find one. And that's why I'm excited that support for Dear Black Gay Men comes from Twillery. Black men, whether you're in the gym, like me, or blessed with good genetics, like me, carry our weight in a couple key spots that can make suits and slacks hard to fit and uncomfortable to wear without either having to size up or break the bank in tailoring. But Twillery answers the fit problem with their performance fabrics. It's the right fit for the tailored look and just enough stretch for comfort and breathability. I'm wearing right now the solid performance polo that hugs my chest and arms while tapering just enough at the waist to show off the good parts. Twillery carries suiting, polos, button-ups, and everything to impress at the job or knock someone's socks off on a date. And you can shop for the perfect fit right now at Twillery.com, and we've got a special offer for the DBGM family. Take $18 off your first order by using code M300J. That's Twillery.com, and we thank them for supporting our channel. Can you put him up there? Academy, man. Okay, so Kadeem, that concludes our interview. But you got a whole bunch of amazing things happening. You have a residency in Greece.
Yeah, so I'm going to one, thank you so much for having me. This interview has been hilarious. I've never been like as unfiltered, or I don't like talking about my personal life. So I was like, let me just like try to get out of my box. So thank you for having
that.
me. Candid. And yeah, I do. So I have a lot of great things going on. In October, I will be going to Greece for 3 weeks. I'm doing a 3-week residency in Kavala through the Utopia Artist Residency. And I'll just be I'm going to use the time to focus on, to get inspired by the sea and the urban culture that's there, and start building for my collection that'll be coming out in February. Otherwise, I would love for your viewers to check out my book, which is called Threading the Needle, A Fashion Designer's Guide to Successfully Launching Your First Collection. It's available on Amazon, and you can just go to the link in my bio on Instagram.
And we'll have the link in the description on YouTube.
Yeah, so yeah, check out my book, and just I have a lot of cool things that are happening this year. Some of them I can't talk about just yet, but I'm really looking forward to the summer and the fall, and just continuing to grow as a person and a designer.
And is it a recent development that you joined the board of Be the Change?
Oh my God.
Be the Transformational Change?
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much for mentioning that. I just joined.
We do our research.
Okay, we love research. Yeah, I just joined the board last month of Be the Transformational Change, which also runs the Miss International Queen USA pageant, which is the premier pageant that is only trans women. Which I think is really powerful, and it's still part of that whole like drag pageant scene, but it specifically focuses on highlights and empowers trans women. And so I'll be doing a lot of work with the current USA winner as we prepare for her to get ready to go compete at the Miss International Queen pageant in Thailand. I'm going to be helping her. Her name is Midori Monet. She is beat to the gods. Like in my mind. I'm very comfortable in the body that I have, but if I were trans, she would be the blueprint. Make me look like this. I would be like, do not remove me from underneath this scaffold until I look exactly like her. She is the blueprint. And so I'm really excited to just like jump in with Be the Transformational Change. I know it's a little cheesy, but like I truly believe about in that saying, like, be the change you want to see in the world. And I have worked with a lot of other LGBTQ plus youth organizations, Live Out Loud being one of them, and Trinity Place Shelter. I'm still involved with those, but this board appointment has meant the world to me, because it means like the work that I've done as an advocate in the LGBTQ plus community is being seen and heard and like respected, which I'm open to saying that I like validation. You know, I'm in the public eye. It's important that people see the work that I do and that the impact is being made. And just getting to like help trans women, help maybe be a bad word, to empower trans women, because they are currently, especially Black trans women, are currently the most vulnerable population among us. And I feel like that is the good thing to do as a person of privilege. I have male privilege. I come from I have a background that is privileged, and I want to make sure that I'm reaching back and using my privilege as a man, an openly gay person and a person in the public eye, to support people who don't often get supported and who are like being targeted right now in the worst way. It's like they represent 1% of the human population. Why are we worried about them? You know, let them live. And so I'm really happy to be involved as a board member, because I know that I'll be able to impact the lives of trans women.
I love that. Kadeem, I want to thank you for being our first guest, because Dear Black Gay Man in the morning is usually just me and Aaron chopping it up and being petty. Rolando DD says, thank you for sharing and being so open, vulnerable, and seeing you in the DMs. So just know you've got admirers here in the DBGM family, Kadeem.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. This has been so fun.
Of course. That's what we're here for. All right, teammates, that was our show. I am Jay the Gentleman. Remember, we will be back next week, Tuesday and Thursday, live here for DBGM in the morning, and then the podcast is new on Wednesday. I appreciate you more than I can ever express. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.